had mentioned it was about 1.9 million.
Okay, about $2 million bucks.
Yes, sir.
Fair enough?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Final question on the bond. The bond will not be a performance bond, correct? It won't be related to the performance of gambling or natural gas industry, right? It will be a general obligation bond, is that true? Okay, so that's not really connected to natural gas revenue or gambling revenue, correct? That's based upon
Tax revenue.
That's based upon the full faith and taxing power of Fayette County, right?
Yes, sir.
So if the gambling people would go away tomorrow and the natural gas doesn't continue to fall like manna from heaven, the taxpayers are on the hook, is that true?
The taxpayers, the county would be obligated.
Well, it's really not the county. The county doesn't pay anything.
The taxpayers, yes. The residents of Fayette County, sir.
Thank you, okay. Operational cost. Mr. Crabtree said a very prescient thing that I think everybody should pay attention to, and that was the real savings, potential savings, is in the control of number of employees related to the prison. And early on, he said, because it is a state-of-the-art prison, we will have fewer employees. He did a 180 on that pretty quickly. So my question to you is, will we be having more employees with the new prison or fewer employees?
It's my understanding, based on the direct supervision, I mean, if this would result in a facility, that the direct supervision method requires less staff. That is my understanding, sir.
Okay, so that's what we're counting on is...
That's my understanding of...
Well, I thought that too until Mr. Crabtree did kind of reverse on his position. So you're saying you anticipate fewer employees with the new system than with the old?
That's my understanding of the direct supervision method, sir, yes. Mr. Crabtree isn't here. I will be, I'll follow up with him and ask him about his 180. I'm not aware of it. I will speak with him about that. I have not spoken with Mr. Crabtree since his last public meeting, but I will address the question. I'll even get back to John on that.
Thank you. Thank you. Final question, and I'm done. Ms. Zimmerman, you might want to address this, or any or everybody. The final aspect of this prison thing is the Hall of Justice and Rehabilitation Center. Could you tell us a little bit about what that translates into, your rehabilitation program, staffing, cost? What is your vision of how this is going to work?
It's a correctional facility first and foremost.
I understand that. I'm trying to get to the. I'm trying to get to the.
My vision of it, obviously, is what we're clearly trying to implement different types of programs, i.e., Veterans Court, Mental Health Court.
Well, that's extraneous from the prison. Those are things that are. That's not prison related there.
Well, they have applications.
I'm just talking about the rehabilitation aspect. I'm not talking about.
I mean, I would hope that we have facilities that provide for rehabilitation, not just from the correctional side, but those that do need rehabilitation, whether it be MH or dual diagnosis type of conditions. We do provide that now even with our DRC. I mean, there's just a myriad of hopefully good things that we'll do, whether it's with the existing facility or a new facility.
I'm not against good things, but I'm trying to put a dollar figure on what we would anticipate. See, the problem is when this project first started to evolve, we talked about the amount of cost that Fayette County was experiencing as far as sending prisoners out of town and the whole thing. And that number grew like Pinocchio's nose, grew and grew and grew. So we're up around $1 million or so. So if we're spending $1 million to send prisoners out of town, but your solution is a multi-million-dollar solution. Only in the wacky world of politicians does that make sense. If you're spending $2 or $3 or $4 million to solve a $1 million a year program, or problem, I'm sorry, you need to revisit this. But thank you very much.
First question was about the bond, the $32 million. No, I'm not supportive of floating a bond, the $32 million, because I believe the option that was chosen is not the best option, and we have not looked at alternatives, which would be, as was said before, I'm sure you and members of the public know what my alternatives were. I stated it in the newspaper and I stated it here. There are less costly options that we should be considering, so that's regarding the bond. Second question was...
The second question is regarding operational cost and savings that we anticipated, and will they really materialize?
No, I don't think that they will really materialize, but the Crabtree-Slater prison needs study did state, and it's online if anyone wants it, or if you want a hard copy from the Commissioner's office, if you have a hard copy of it. His indication was that there would be less employees, correctional officers, / lieutenants that would be needed at the new facility because of the, as Commissioner Zabatowski said, the direct supervision method. And the direct supervision method means the dorm staff, which is what our annex is, versus jail, versus actual cells, okay? Which would be the open concept. But I can tell you that for the annex, the proposed women annex, it was stated to us, and it is budgeted for, preliminary budgeted for, 4 new lieutenants, additional, new hires, 4 lieutenants and 4 correctional officers, okay, for the proposed women's annex. So when that closes in 2 years, and the new facility, will those 8 individuals go up to the new facility? One would wonder, well, if they said you're going to do less, then why would you send 8 more of us? But his report did say that he would envision in his calculations it would be less. What was your third question?
The final was about the rehabilitation part of this, part of our intention to do that.
There was a question about the bond.
My question about the bond and the annual cost?
Yeah, we did receive a preliminary finance opportunity for county prison project from Janie Montgomery, okay, and also, what's the proper terminology? Bond advisors. They use another name, but just looking at it very quickly, and this is preliminary, but it was provided, and I am going to repeat it because if I'm supposed to rely on it, why would I not answer your question? Bond debt service, if you start in the period of 2015, it would be the principal through 2043. The principal would be around $42,000. The interest would be about $44,000. The debt service would be $85,792. That's one option. And if you look at another, these are just, anyone can do the figures if you're an accountant. Proposed principal on another option is around 41. Proposed debt service would be 85.85. Existing debt service, which we have, which is at 19.6. So the total adjusted debt service, that would include the existing debt service that we have, plus the proposed new debt service, would put the county at 105.4. Okay?
105.
Those are numbers. 105.4.
Is that millions or thousands?
Millions.
That's what I wanted to be sure.
Yeah, that's so that is something that, you know, obviously we take a look at. We need to make decisions on whether or not you want to enter into debt for future years, and more importantly, because a lot of people say, well, you know, sometimes you have to bite the bullet. That's fine. Yes, you do have to bite the bullet, but before you start loading and biting and doing all of that, you look to make sure that all options have been properly explored, and they have not. And then your last question?
Um,
Oh, the
just-
Hall of Justice
just-
Rehab Center.
Yeah, I'm just
Well,
trying
first off,
to, you know,
I mean-
social engineering is one of the hardest things in the world to do, right?
I mean, I would
we
never-
all want our prisoners to be wonderful people. How many people believe that? Check out some of the folks that got arrested, right? They're gonna be choir boys and girls tomorrow? I don't think so. I mean, really, let's be realistic, because we're spending real money on this, and we
How
gotta
many
have
people
some
are
kind of
here to
realistic
come
expectation.
By naming it,
thinking.
by the prison working group stating that that is the name that they want to give, and with Commissioner Ambrosini saying, being quoted in the paper that he did not want the term jail in there because he wants people to know what goes on behind the walls. And I almost said that quote verbatim because it's stuck here, it was in the Herald Standard. That tells you right there, okay, what the concept is. It's not a jail, it's a hall of justice courtroom and rehabilitation center. And you're absolutely right. The Veterans Court, the Drug Court, and the Mental Health Court, they've been in operation. They've been set up for over a year. They have not been fully and adequately implemented. And I'm not saying this just by me, I'm saying this by PD, the DA, and the courts have said it as well. So, but you're right, they're operational with or without a new jail. The day reporting center, we started up, last report I have is that they had 30 individuals in the program with an additional like 15 on the waiting list. And their capacity, I think we entered into an agreement like between 50 and 75, which it could be extended, day reporting. The type of programs that should be implemented, Kuzar and others who is with the mental health, the Fayette County Behavioral Health, and Reverend Sanders, that they said, well, we don't have any rooms for to provide this treatment and rehabilitation. Why all of a sudden are they telling us they didn't have any room, okay, to provide the service? What were they not doing, not providing the service? There's other ways. You don't have to build a $32 million plus facility, because there are other places that you could walk the prisoners over at downtown, and you can have your treatment there. There's other options.
Okay. Thank you very much, both of you, and happy holidays. But one correction, we talk about a $32 million facility. Folks, it's not a $32 million facility. When you pay for it, it's almost $60 million. That's just the way it is. Just like when you buy your house and get a mortgage. You don't pay $100,000 back, you pay $220,000, $230,000, whatever. So everybody should understand, it's not, God, I hate to say just,
Yeah.
$32 million. It's a ton more than that. So happy holidays, everybody. Thank you for answering my questions.
And to follow up just on that control, the controller did say it at the meeting, and it was reported as well, that if you take out a $32 million bond payable in 30 years at that then existing interest rate of 4.65%, then the total payoff would be $57 million.
Can I ask one question? Why is it that whatever Al Ambrosini wants is what gets done? He's only one commissioner, one vote, there are 3 of you, yet everybody seems to let him have his way. All he has to do is say, I want this, and this is what we get.
Let's proceed. Is there any additional items on comments on the agenda, please? Yes, ma'am.
Thank you, sir. First of all, what I have to say is going to be a reiteration of a couple of comments I made at the last meeting. A little less accusatory, Mr. Zapatowski. I appreciate everything you've done in the last month. Ms. Zimmerlink, I appreciate the attention that you have given to my concerns. The only person missing, naturally, is the one that needs to hear, again, what I have to say. First of all, Fayette County is still holding an inmate illegally. Fayette County is still drugging an inmate illegally. Fayette County is still in violation of an inmate's civil rights regarding free expression of religion. Warden Miller, after the prison board meeting, where we discussed my concerns,